Hello Reformers and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor. Now when we left off we were promoted to the marshalship and we're hopefully going to take good advantage of this. I'd like to try and make a good impression on King Ulric here, because if we don't, he's probably not going to give us the marshalship ever again. And do bear in mind, I have attempted to use the marshalship, shall we say, to my own advantage by, shall we say, taking a couple of their vassals and bringing them to unique spawns like the Heretic Army and so on and so forth, and that has not really worked out too well, because when they are accompanying you, they're just following you. They're not actually doing anything of their own accord, and so I could not get them to engage upon the Heretic Army itself. So that's why I am now at Knudarr Castle. And I do have a number of vassals along for the ride, and they're hopefully going to help us out quite a bit here. Now, bear in mind, we are... Oh yeah, I should also mention that we've made peace with the Dashar. We are at peace with basically everyone else, with the exception of the Fyhrr, and the Dashar and the Kingdom of Sarlian have declared war against the Fyhrr, and that's exactly the reason why we're at Knudarr Castle. So, let us lead our soldiers in an assault. This is going to be kind of difficult. Oh, or maybe not. It seems like they've actually opened up the gate. Okay, well that's interesting. Oh yeah, by the way, Anson has not returned just yet, but I am assuming that he's going to be back pretty soon. I don't know when that's going to be, but hopefully it's going to be sooner rather than later. And we're going to try and get a couple of kills here if I can. Oh, look at that. We're getting some nice shots going off here. And maybe I will be able to... Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, give me some more proficiency, please. I'd like some more proficiency, even though my proficiency is pretty good at the moment. And I mean, it's kind of difficult to increase it any further at the moment, unless you get some pretty nice kills going on. Look at that. 8.8 shot difficulty. Not bad. Not bad, considering I'm usually not exactly the greatest when it comes to using my bow, but it seems in this situation we're not doing too badly. Very nice. We are going to need to head in there in just a second as well, so do bear that in mind. But yes, as I said, Anson is not yet back, and that means that we're going to have some difficulties with casualties, I feel. I feel like if we are going to go in there and actually take damage, because at the moment, obviously the Fyhrr can't really do much to us. I don't believe they have that much in the way of ranged capability, so it is going to make things much, much easier for us. And maybe I can continue to do some damage to these enemies over here. Yeah, there we go, there we go. Nice. That's actually kind of amazing that we're able to even get hits, to be honest. There we go. Nice. And maybe one more kill? One more kill? Yeah, there we go, one more kill. Fantastic. Alright, so let's have a look. How many have we killed so far? Yes. Yeah. 41. Okay. I was thinking to myself, yes, we're gonna have killed at least 100 already. But no, not that lucky. Oh, Kasim actually advanced in level. Very nice indeed. Okay, so we do have how many on the battlefield right now? Actually, not even that much. Only 100. But, well, I guess we can't really do much about that. We're gonna have to charge in at some point or another, so I suppose we'll do that. We'll leave our archers outside on the hill here, just for the moment. And if we do need them to come in, then of course we will do that, but I don't really want to put them in harm's way, because they're just going to be... They're going to be killed, let's face it. These guys, the Fyhrr, obviously, are very, very good when it comes to their infantry, and I'd like to make sure that we are not going to be too outmatched in that regard. So let's see if I can maybe just not take any damage here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, look at this. We're losing so many Sarlian halberdiers, so many Sarlian knights, because the skirmishers are the main problem here. I'm going to pick up some arrows if I can. There we go. Give me all those arrows. Thank you very much. Wow, there's actually quite a few of them. And yeah, look at this. This is the main issue right now. We are having problems against their skirmishers. They are just murdering everything. They apparently have crossbows. They apparently have crossbows, and these crossbows are pretty deadly by the looks of things. I actually thought that they were more thrown weapon specialists nowadays, but it seems like they have, well, maybe given them a couple of crossbows to deal some damage with from range as well, and that is not good for us. That is not good at all, especially the heavy skirmishers. Whoa, okay. Gonna need to be a bit careful here. Let me see if I can just get back around the side, and maybe I can find some cover. Wow, there doesn't seem to be that much cover, and we are losing a huge amount of units right now. Yeah, it's about the same as what they've lost so far, and if we can get a good, you know, kind of like foothold in here, then I think we'll do okay, but as it stands, you can see the exact problem I'm having. I'm being shot from the side and everything, and there we go. Yes, there's not much I can do. There's not much I can do. There's just so many skirmishers over to the side here that taking that much damage is a given, really, and it's kind of amazing that they were able to kind of hold out that much. But anyway, let's get out of there for the moment. Okay, we lost 10. Bear in mind, we still do not have Anson, which obviously does make things a little bit harsh. I did kill 27 though. I killed 27. That's actually not even that bad. Pretty good. Alright, so let's just wait here for some time and see whether maybe an additional vassal might turn up. Oh. Ah. Okay. Well, this is kind of interesting. Okay, so the Fyhrr obviously have pleaded with the Kingdom of Ravenstern to get their peace agreement going, because otherwise they'd be at war on 3 fronts, which would be extremely bad for the Fyhrr. And the Bacchus Empire has declared war against the Dashar, so they are now having a bit of trouble themselves. Alright, so let's build some more ladders here. And we are losing 2,400. Yeah, bear in mind that I'm actually not losing that much anymore thanks to the completion of our market at Seven Cross Keep. And as you can see, it's giving us 3,700. Pretty nice amount of cash. Obviously, losing money at the moment, it's not really a big deal. I have asked numerous tavern keepers and various other people to improve our morale and to, you know, give me locations of unique spawns and things like that, and it doesn't seem like I'm getting very lucky. I have a number of pieces of information about heretic armies, as well as I believe the snake cult. The snake cult is actually starting to get a little bit stronger as well. I will show you after this particular siege is complete what is actually going on with those unique armies. But yeah, as I say, I feel like the Jatu are basically almost dead, I think. I think we only have to eliminate a couple more of their armies, maybe like 1 or 2, and that should give us a devastation status, I guess, hopefully, with the Jatu, and that's hopefully going to make it so that we don't have to deal with them any further. And hopefully at that point, we will be the commander, or should we say the Grand Master, with the Knights of the Clarion Call, or the Rangers of the Clarion Call even. And that will then mean that we'll be able to take on the Snake Cult Den, or the Fortress, as it may be. And yeah, that's going to be pretty fun to do, or maybe not. Maybe it's just going to be full of anguish, who knows. But I find that kind of fun, so maybe we'll be able to do that. Otherwise, we are pretty good in general. I feel like the Kingdom of Salian's not doing too badly. King Ulric seems to like us quite a bit. And, well, the vassals do seem to be listening to me for the most part as well, which is actually kind of refreshing. Because usually, if I were to be a marshal at some point, like, you know, commanding my own faction, then vassals do tend to be a bit, shall we say, sketchy? They don't seem to want to really help out that much. So it is obviously, you know, a bit of a shame that that's the case. But anyway, let me see if I can just shoot that skirmisher here. Wait a minute. This is not working for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, okay. I actually thought to myself, yes, I have his number, but no, I did not. Alright, well, let me see if I can just pick up a couple of arrows here. Yes. Yes, okay, thankfully no one is using bolts, otherwise I'd pick up a whole bunch of bolts and then be like, what? I can't shoot my arrows? Because they're bolts now? Yeah. Alright, come on now, give me this. Wow, there's so many. There's so many on the floor here. Okay, don't get shot now, Beartild. Do not get shot. We are just replenishing your supply. There we go. Oh, Noldor. Yes, Noldor arrows, very nice. Okay, so now maybe I can shoot. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now let's... ooh, that was close. Did you see that? Almost a headshot from that crossbowman right there. That would have been devastating. Maybe I can actually... yeah, there we go. We took him out. Really nice. Maybe we can take out this one as well, if we're lucky. They do have the high ground. Bear that in mind. Yeah, there we go. Nice headshot. All right. So, I think... oh, we've actually killed a lot more this time around. 58 in actual fact. And I've been doing a lot worse. Interesting. Okay, well, let's send our infantry and cavalry in once again, and we'll see what we can do. And I'm just going to try and take out this skirmisher. It seems like some of the skirmishers do actually pack throwing weapons, but for the most part they seem to have crossbows, and they are very, very good at using them, amazingly enough, considering they're such... Well, considering they're such low level, I was about to say. Yes, good, very nice, heavy skirmisher, you bastard. Okay, well, never mind. I guess that's it. I guess that's what we're going to have to deal with, unfortunately. That's just how it goes. Especially the heavy skirmishers. I'd like to know what crossbow they're actually using. I might take a look at the troop trees after this as well to actually find out, because if it's a siege crossbow or something along those lines, then I suppose I really cannot be surprised at the huge damage that they're able to inflict. Well, that's pretty interesting. I don't know whether you can see on the text log right there before it disappeared. Nah, I think it was a little bit too fast. But anyway, point is, Aeldarian. Aeldarian has appeared. He is another Noldor lord, if you don't know. And, well, I'm saying that like it's a good thing, and I suppose it is a good thing, because that means that if I have any additional Jatu armies or Snake Cult armies that I don't really want to deal with and they don't give Qualis gems, then it would make sense for me to, you know, just kite them into the Noldor lords. And that would be a pretty good way to go about things. Of course, bear in mind that, you know, at the moment, I think it's Ithilrandir, isn't it? Yeah, Ithilrandir is very, very slow because, of course, he has over 3,000 units. So, yeah, he's basically, I wouldn't say useless, but he is kind of useless because he can't really catch up to anyone. You know what I mean? He can't really catch up to anyone. He can't really do anything amazing. And hopefully Aeldarian is going to make the Jatu. Yes, well, the Jatu will become much more fearful, but yes, it will hopefully make the Noldor a little bit more useful as a bit of a chasing tool, I suppose you could say, because at the moment they're not really doing that job very well anymore. But yeah, I'm going to look forward to seeing that. It's kind of a bit weird that they're all appearing now. I have spoken to quite a few lords, as I say, so maybe all of that is paying off a little bit. I have seen a number of other, shall we say, messages about, I think it's a death cult that worships Azidahaka, and I'm not entirely sure whether that's actually a unique spawn or not. But maybe I'm going to just have to go up to Ravenstern territory and see what's going on there, because usually Azidahaka has something to do with the Ravenstern and the Mist Mountain armies and things like that. So maybe Wolfbode is around? Maybe Wolfbode's around or something like that? That would be kind of cool. But if not, then that's just how it has to be. And we'll just continue doing our thing here. And that's the thing. What we have to do, I really wanted to make some moves against the Dashar, and if you recall in the previous episode, I did actually say that I wanted to try and take Ethos, and that would have been a pretty fantastic plan to have, because personally I feel like they didn't have anything in there that was going to be extremely difficult for us to kill, and I did go in previously and eliminate many of the Radiant Cross Plague Wardens that were in there and causing some problems. But unfortunately, that doesn't seem to have made any difference, because obviously the Dashar made peace with us. So that's not too good. But the Dashar is now being kind of picked apart by numerous other factions. The Ravenstern, I don't know whether you saw that just now, but the Ravenstern have declared war against them. So that's reassuring, I would say. That's much better than I would have expected, because usually that kind of thing, you know, a strong faction will usually get left alone for a little bit of time, just enough for them to gain additional territory, because people are scared. You know, people don't really want to deal with such a strong faction, but it seems like the Empire and the Ravenstern certainly have very, very good amounts of guts. They definitely have the guts. Anyway, it seems like, wow, look at that, 83. That's much, much better. Okay, so we're going to actually tell everyone to charge in once again. Not the archers, though, of course. The archers will still stay outside until a little bit later on, and I'm actually just going to spam, get these arrows. Oh, yes. It's kind of difficult to get these arrows, weirdly enough. There we go. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, you can just kill that militia coming out there, please. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think we should be good to kind of fire off a little bit of a shot here to kill that skirmisher. It seems like many of the skirmishers have been eliminated, which is very reassuring, because without them, I think we have a much greater chance at getting inside here. I'm actually going to take this, shoot this guy. There's another one over there, kill that one, and there's one up there. That's just throwing weapons. Personally, I feel like throwing weapons are not going to do too much from this distance, but crossbows on the other hand, oh yeah, they certainly will. Am I actually firing? Yeah, there we go. I thought to myself, yes, am I actually going to, you know, shoot this arrow in the appropriate way? And yes, it seems like I was. It wasn't being blocked by the wall. Oh, that's a heavy skirmisher. Is that a heavy skirmisher? I think so. Yep. Those heavy skirmishers, I would say probably... Do they rival the Empire Armored Crossbowmen? If they do rival those guys, then the Fyhrr have turned into an even stronger faction than they were previously, because I know that the developers of Prophecy of Pendor, they did actually switch things up a little bit with the Fyhrr, and they gave them more thrown weapons, and I thought to myself, oh, okay, so they're changing from, you know, using, I think they were using bows before, and yes, they're changing from using bows to using thrown weapons. But no, they're actually, you know, changing to thrown and crossbows, which is a pretty devastating change, because on the one hand, the Fyhrr are fantastic when it comes to their infantry, and now they've been given some very strong crossbowmen too. So yeah, they are a very worthy faction. And I should know, I played with the Fyhrr in my first ever playthrough of Pendor, and they were extremely strong then as well. So there we go. Alright, so I do have some food left over still. I'm gonna take a little bit of loot, but this loot is obviously not entirely worth it. We did lose quite a few units, and I'm gonna just take everyone. Yeah, just gonna take everyone. Why not? And should I request that this be awarded to us? That is the thing that I don't really know about, because if I do that, it's very far away from Seven Cross Keep, but it is on the edge of 2 territories. So if I do take this, it's going to be a bit of an issue, you know, actually getting defenders to garrison it and everything. You know what? Let's just request it. I don't really want to personally, but we're going to do that, and we'll see how it goes. And I'm just going to restore myself a little bit here, and then we're going to head on. Oh, look, it seems like another oh, yes, that's the castle that we took a while ago, so we've just connected that. That's actually pretty cool. Now, it seems like the Dashar are running away here, because I would assume some of their fiefs in Empire territory are probably... Yep, there we go. Ethos is under siege by the Empire. They're trying to take back one of their towns, and I wish them the best of luck. I really do. I actually quite like the Empire, and it would be quite nice to actually see them survive for a little bit longer in this game. And otherwise, what else do we have going on here? I'm wondering whether the Ravenstone are going to try and take Yaviksholm or something. It seems like actually, wait a minute. The Fyhrr are very, very weak right now. Look at that. The only 2 factions that have been relatively untouched by the various wars have been the Dashar and the Ravenstone. They have both expanded, as well as obviously Sarlian. Sarlian has of course expanded a little bit into Ravenstone territory, and of course a little bit into Fyhrr as well, but we haven't really touched anyone else with the exception of maybe Wolven Castle. I'm actually unsure whether that was originally an Empire fief, but anyway. We still have the Marshalship, and I still have the ear of many of our comrades here, and we're going to try and take something else. So let's see what we can do. I do have below average at the moment in terms of our morale, which is not very good, I have to say. And I'm actually unsure where we should go. There doesn't seem to be any castles nearby with the exception of High Pass Fortress, and that is going to be insane. It really is. Someone's going to try and take Knudarr Castle. Yep, they're going to try and take Knudarr Castle. I thought that was the case. Maybe I should just call off the campaign now and stop wasting our vassals' time. That might make sense, actually. Oh, okay. Well, right. He's actually not giving it to us. He's going to give it to Duke Alamar, even though I was the guy to instigate the entire siege. Okay, well, I'll accept the decision for now, King Ulric. I'm not yet ready to, you know, shall we say, disband our allegiance, and we're actually just going to speak to Lethal Durin, and we're going to call off the campaign for the moment. And I would actually like to fight this fellow, if at all possible. We are pretty fast, so being able to eliminate this guy would be pretty good. He only has 97, but bear in mind, wow, yeah, 17 renown. Does he have some unique units? I think he might have some unique units that are going to pose a pretty significant problem for us. Huh, I guess we'll find out. Well, we are firing away into the enemy units right now, and I don't know whether I should really be here, to be honest, because you can see here that my forces were a little bit behind me. I was firing away there. I did not really hit anyone while I was doing that, but, well, yeah, this might actually be a bit of a mistake. I decided to move ahead here because I was thinking to myself, okay, so it seems like the Fyhrr Skvelt aren't really doing too much, and I kind of wanted to speed up the battle as best I could, because obviously the AI sometimes has that annoying thing that it does where it just kind of stays in its, you know, in its spawn area and doesn't actually do anything. And so I was wanting to try and increase the ability for them to move forward, and it seems like they actually did decide to do that right now. So yeah, I guess we're just going to have to take a couple of casualties as we go in here. Yes, they have Dawn Wyverns. They have Dawn Wyverns. That's the main thing that they're going to be doing right now. Those Dawn Wyverns are going to do quite a bit of damage, but they are probably not going to be enough for this particular Fyhrr Skvelt vassal to achieve victory, or at least I can hope so. Is this a Dawn Wyvern right here? Looks like one. We've already eliminated the Lord in question, so I think that's pretty good. I am being focused down by many of their skirmishers as well, but I think once we have eliminated this guy, we will be in a pretty decent spot. Oh, it might be a Knight of the Dawn, actually, this fellow. I think. Yeah, by the way, Konungur Valdis has employed a mercenary company, and they're going to be pretty difficult to deal with as well. And I'm going to tell my archers to charge in now so that they can get into effective range to eliminate the last two enemies. There's actually only one remaining now. And there you go. Very nice indeed. Okay, so we lost 16. Yeah, that's kind of a bit of a costly victory. It's basically paying 1 renown per unit that we just lost. But we did get a, you know, a little bit of morale back, and I guess that's okay. And being able to, yes, there we go, maybe take him prisoner or let him go, and in this case I'm going to be letting him go. He actually is -2 with us. I'm not entirely sure why he has -2. I would have expected him to have a pretty high relation with us because we have a high honor rating at the moment, but I guess he hasn't really interacted with us that much. I guess that's the reason. Anyway, I'm just going to capture all those. Alright, so, what should we do now? Well, I'm going to have a look at the troop trees, of course, and we're going to take a look at the heavy skirmishers. And what do they use? They use heavy crossbows. Yeah, okay, so that's exactly the reason why they're doing so much damage. Obviously, siege crossbows are so much better, but, you know, the damage, 79 damage in general, with a 200 crossbow proficiency is kind of devastating anyway. And they have the Fyhrr Skvelt Berserkers, of course, with insane proficiencies, and then of course they do have those very heavily armored Huskars. Yeah, they don't have any knights though, I don't think. Oh, they do have some knights. They have some nobles in the form of the Hersiers here, and those guys, they have some pretty even stats. They are more the thrown weapon specialists, so that's pretty good. Otherwise, gonna just have a look here. Oh, they have a little bit better archery proficiency, the armored longbowmen, but obviously they're using longbows which are much, much less damaging. So, I guess that's that. Anyway, yes, as you can see right here, the Jatu, literally about, I don't know, before I started the recording, maybe about, I don't know, 30 minutes ago or something like that, basically, these guys were weakened. They were wavering. They were almost on the edge of being eliminated completely, and now they are healthy. So it seems like we are going to need to start eliminating more of those Jatu armies. There are 3 Jatu armies available, and you can see here the Inquisition army has spawned again. And of course we do have the 3 Seers here as well. I did attempt to try and deal with the 3 Seers, as I said, with the help of our vassals. Being the marshal, I thought, hey, you know what, maybe that's gonna, you know, help us out a little bit. Oh, there we go! Yes, that is exactly what we want. We want Wulfbode the Slayer to join the game, and that is exactly what he has done. Okay, so we have our next target, and that target is, of course, Wulfbode the Slayer. And hopefully we're going to be able to get a Qualis gem from him. And so that will be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.